Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today,
it's time for tentacles.
We are trying out Horizon 2, Forbidden West.
Oh, hey there, beauty.
Get all the sounds out of the way now. This is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, in the past, we did play Horizon Zero Dawn, and we also played a DLC for it called Frozen Wilds. I enjoyed them both. They were fun. I wouldn't say that it was like my favorite series of that year. I also, but I did like it. I did enjoy it. It was a cool thing. When I opened the game, it immediately started a cutscene that I could not skip or pause. It was also insanely loud. I hate games that like about that loud. And I had to get to this menu to adjust the volume before, before I went live with it. Now, I don't see an option to replay that cutscene, so I hope it's going to start again when I press New Game. Let's just do normal. Let's do map markers. I remember when we thought about doing Assassin's Creed without map markers, and it was awful. Pictures of Spider-Man! Shh, 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 shh. Autosaves will take place frequently as you progress each step. Manual saves may be made at campfires. Is this single player? Yes. Read me, Buck. I see you, Bozer. Hang on. This is not the same cinematic. So after the cinematic, I may need to use YouTube to pull up the other one that played when I opened the game.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering. Soon, they'll starve. All because of a terraforming system that's spiraling out of control. And only I can fix it. Only I have your genetic code. It won't be long before we hit the point of no return. And then... extinction. I've been searching for months for what I need. A backup of Gaia. The AI you designed to control the system. But every time I think I have a lead, it comes to nothing.
Hopefully there is one. She's just assuming that one exists.
I have the same dream. I'm walking under a brilliant night sky, through a field of flowers.
I had a blast watching you yesterday. Mukluk dance in Mukluk bobble, Mukluk dance in Mukluk bobble, Mukluk dance and Mukluk bobble.
Thank you.
Waiting for me. Even though you've been dead for 1,000 years. You're the closest person I've ever had to a mother.
Now we'll watch the recap video after this since it's not replaying
and for a
it.
moment, I feel whole. But it never lasts. I'm always left alone. This world is your legacy, Elizabeth. I won't let it slip away. The valley below is my only remaining lead. My last hope to find the backup. I'll do whatever it takes to get it. I promise. Varl?
If it isn't Aloy, the savior of Meridian, anointed of the Nora.
You know I hate being called that stuff.
Well, consider it a punishment for running out on us the very same night we beat Hades.
I grew up an outcast. Remember, I'm not much for parties.
Yeah. That one was in your honor. Same.
Thank you, Yisal.
What are we doing? Must be urgent since you left so fast. Delving into ancient ruins? Or maybe it has something to do with the Blight.
Both, actually, but, I should...
Oh, no. I've been tracking you a long way. It's okay. After everything you've done to help the Nora and my family, I swore an oath to help you, no matter what. You're stuck with me now. Like bark on wood.
I mean, that tree's decaying, bad metaphor. Who's this guy? It's Varl. He was one of the other people in her village in the first game.
Okay, but if you're going to come with me, you'll need to be able to see what I see.
A focus? Never thought I'd get your second sight.
So he's gonna put that on his temple and see. He's gonna see the UI.
Data?
Information on the device. We've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
You see like this all the time?
Since I was a little girl. Come on.
I remember when this game came out, like a lot of people on Twitter getting really mad because they added like a lot of baby fat to her face, it looks like. And I do see it. I think it's an... it doesn't take away from the game for me. I do find it an odd design choice.
Shall we?
And like her cheeks are like very red. It makes me think like she just had like an allergic reaction or
Find some
something.
medicinal plants. Stock up. So it's time for your first lesson with the focus.
Sounds good. Let's get started.
All right. Pause that. Okay, wonderful. So let's see. Horizon Forbidden West recap cinematic.
One question consumed me.
One sec. Is this it?
I learned that life was only saved through...
Yes, this is the one. Okay, so when I first opened the game, this cinematic played. And for some reason, it didn't play when we then started the stream. So this... for anyone who needs a recap for what we did in Horizon Zero Dawn, here is your recap.
Through a lifetime spent in the pursuit of knowledge, one question consumed me. How did our world come to be? The old ones perished 1,000 years ago, triggering the extinction of all life.
All right, so the old ones were just the humans.
She showed me how it was reborn. A little outcast girl, ignorant of her own importance. Through her, I learned that life was...
So during the tutorial, she's rummaging around in an old ruin that she wasn't supposed to be in, and she found the implant thing, and she just popped it on.
Only saved through a technological miracle. Zero Dawn. a terraforming system composed of 9 subordinate functions.
All right, so terraforming, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically, you know, taking a large area and changing the land bit by bit. Like, you know, maybe going to a planet that doesn't have a water cycle and jump-starting a water cycle. You know, things like that. Each of these systems in the first game had a job. Poseidon, they were named after different, I believe, Greek gods. Hades was basically, if the planet needed a factory reset, would be triggered to destroy an area. And then Poseidon would dealt with like clean waters and stuff like that. But the whole system as a whole was called Gaia. But the Hades protocol went rogue.
Each playing its part to reshape Earth from a barren rock to a lush landscape.
So humans knew, like they saw the end coming. And this system was supposed to get the world back to the point where it was habitable by humans, and then open some vault doors and let some humans out that were basically, you know, raised underground during that time.
Tended and protected by the machines.
So the machines were inventions of people, and these things would go around and like, they would like plant grass and, you know, like spread seeds and, you know, clean water and stuff like that. Like the machines were intended to roam the place and make the planet better bit by bit over time. And they would consume biofuel. Like they could eat just like dried grass to fuel themselves.
And with her, I learned the deepest secret of them all. The secret of her birth. That she is a clone of Elizabeth Subek, Zero Dawn's creator. Born to prevent a new extinction. Driven by Hades, a malevolent AI. Given sentience by a mysterious signal of unknown origin. And with a little help from me, she prevailed in a great battle at the city of Meridian, becoming a champion for all humankind. But as useful as she has been, now, I must leave her behind. For as she strives to put right what Hades sundered, I have made a new discovery.
There's another giant robot.
One that heralds both destruction and opportunity.
All right, so that's a brief recap of the first game. And now we're starting the second. All right, gather medicinal
These plants
scabbrush.
don't look like the ones in the Sacred Lands.
You can store a limited number of medicinal berries in your medicine pouch. Tap Q once to heal using the berries from your medicine pouch. All right, that's 6. Two more. Okay. Eat the berries.
Ugh.
Bitter?
No, at least they make you feel better.
All right, I feel like it's a bit quiet. Audio. All right, let's do this. And that way speech will be a bit louder.
We should keep going.
Might want to grab more of these plants along the way.
Yeah, good idea.
Go to the ancient ruins.
Those ruins. That's where we need to go.
I see a few ways down.
Oh, zipline.
What are we after exactly?
The backup? Well, it's an AI. It's hard to explain. Think of it like a set of instructions that can fix the world.
Sounds complicated.
I don't know who put these ropes here, but we can use the line to slide down.
Can he slide?
Noticed you're traveling light these days.
Yeah, I ran into some trouble on the way here. lost a lot of my gear.
Oh, so that's the excuse for us starting with a lot less stuff. Is the tournament over? Yeah, but it is on Mukluk Plays already, and I'm gonna do like a recap video, just like a humorous thing, sharing my experience.
Salvaging machine carcasses as usual. And there they go.
Looks like they left a carcass behind. A lot of arrows in that machine. Better take a closer look.
How'd you feel about it now that it's over? I had a lot of thoughts about it, which I wrote into a script today, and I'll share that in video form soon. For now, I just want to focus on this, though. Examine machine carcass.
Someone took down this machine recently.
Who else would come here?
I don't know. We better craft some arrows of our own. There might be trouble up ahead.
Good thing we already picked up some ridgewood.
She said we need to craft arrows.
All right. Now to craft some arrows.
Hold F to open the weapon wheel. Select arrow using mouse and hold right click to quick craft.
Done.
Okay.
Me too. Arrows ready.
All right.
There's a ladder, but can't reach it from here.
Nothing a well-placed arrow can't knock free. Just have to target the lock.
That did it. After you.
I mean, you could have just given me a boost, saved me an arrow, but okay.
By the goddess. What was this place?
I don't know.
Wait, anyways, Muck, that Plunderstorm tourney made Asmund decide he's done with stuff like that in general. He didn't like how embarrassed it made him feel, it seems. Yeah, I think, to my knowledge, he didn't practice, like, at all. And he was in, like, third to last place.
The transmission... The, message...
Like 27 out of 30.
Didn't say. Only that a backup might be here. We need to find a way
Oh, look,
in.
there's a shell of a car.
So, what happened after I left Meridian?
Well, there was a fuss when people realized you were gone. But then some of us figured you only would have left if it were for something important.
You were right about that.
But you won't always be there, yeah.
Down this way.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hold on. I'll pause this for a second. I will talk about it. So if you're watching this in the far future on YouTube and you want to just fast forward through this conversation, just fast forward till you see Aloy moving again. So the Plunderstorm tournament I just took part of. It was a very cool thing. Also, I realized my camera appears to be lagging a little bit. Let me see if VSync is in this game. That is a... it is turned on. I guess it's moving okay. All right, it seems fine like right now. Let me click back into the game. Test, 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 test. Seems like it's lagging. Hold on, VSync off. Okay, I think that might be better. All right, so the tournament. There was a lot of kind of interesting stuff looking back on it, right? So the way they did the prizes was you got points based on how long you stayed alive. You also got points based on kills. But if you went into it thinking, I'm not going to be able to kill these people, the best thing you could do was hide. And that meant that there was maybe 10 squads out of 30 would soak up some XP from an area and then like go hide, run off into the mountains or something. So there is a limited amount of XP on the map. They were soaking up chunks of it and then just basically leaving the battle. And maybe you could find them, but not all of them. So that meant that when you run into the players that you would run into, they were the people that wanted to murder you. You know, there was no like, okay, this guy starts off and he's terrifyingly good and he started with these skills. I landed and started off with these skills. There's no chance of me finding weaker players and absorbing their XP and skills before I run into that guy, right? There was no buffers like that. So the fact that they were like running off and hiding the whole game was actually completely changed how the game functioned, which I honestly find interesting looking back on it. Now, maybe I could have gotten one of the bigger prizes if I had just like hidden the whole time. But our strategy, the strategy with me and Fairlight, was to play as best as we could. But then if one of us died and the other lived, then try to hide like a rat and see if we could get any prizes. And we did get decent placement. We got 4th place in one of the rounds and 7th in another by doing that. One of us died, the other one hid to try to get the score as high as possible. But yeah, to my knowledge, Asmon died really early in many of the matches, and there was one where he and Zeppela hid in a house at level 3 and just stayed there the whole match, and luckily the storm centered on that house, so they were alive until near the very end, so they got some points from that. They should have gotten points for resing. Yeah, I think we got 6 revives, and the team that had the most revives was like 7. I honestly don't. Another thought I had about the tournament. I don't like how they did the winner. Now, apparently, this is a common problem with battle royales, and I'm new to battle royales. Okay, so I didn't know this, but this whole thing, like the team that won the tournament, is not the team that dominated the tournament. And the thing is like, if they just went by score, then by the time we were done with like game 4, then it would just be like, okay, Peekaboo and Zaryu win. But they wanted it to be exciting to the end, so it was whoever wins game 6, 7, or 8 wins. So Pika and Zaryu each had 40 plus kills. They had like 84 kills combined. The second place team had a total of 40 kills. So each member of the top team on the scoreboard had more kills than any other team in the entire tournament, and they did not win the tournament. So definitely it's kind of weird. I don't have an answer for how they should address that, but the end result was there was a ton of people in the chat on the Blizzard Twitch channel spamming L format, because like they hated it. They did not like the outcome of that. But at the same time, I understand the reasoning for it. They did not want people to just be like, oh, well, we've lost, we might as well not try. Because if that was the attitude, then me and Fairlight would have had no reason at all to make any efforts in games 5 and 6. We still tried. We lost. We got our butts kicked, but we still tried. We put effort on the table in games 5 and 6 because although it was minuscule, there was still a chance. So we tried. But yeah, I found it odd. I think the tournament was a success in the fact that the tournament's goal was to get eyes on Plunderstorm, right? They brought in all these creators, and it wasn't fair at all. They had multiple teams where both members of the team were top-tier World of Warcraft PvP players. And there were teams where both members of the team did not play World of Warcraft. So it was not fair in the slightest. I feel like it should have either been like all PvPers and then I wouldn't get invited, or all people from other genres and then it would be more even. Like just one or the other. But again, their goal was to bring in eyes from other genres. Overall, I did have fun playing it. If I didn't, I wouldn't have been practicing for the whole week leading up to it, as I didn't have to do that. They paid me to be there for the tournament. They paid me for like, one day. I chose to play the entire week leading up to it to get as good as I could. If I had not enjoyed myself playing it, I just would have gone there.
It's been a pleasure subbing for these months.
And then died and then walked out and taken the bag. That's it, right? So I did enjoy it. It was a fun game mode. I am burned out on it right now, so I'm not going to be playing any more of it right now because I just did it for a week straight. But I want to make it clear, I did enjoy it. It was fun. It was nice. Hey Samuel, thank you, buddy. Yeah, supply changes. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's see. That made the camera 10 times worse. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me turn the VSync back on. All right. And, okay, there we go. All right, I think that's as good as it's going to get for that. Oh, nice. We paused right before a cutscene.
Get to the grass.
Never seen one of those before.
Me neither. Those dead machines have it on alert.
How do you want to handle it?
The focus can help us. We can scan the machine before we make our move.
Okay.
Hold V.
Give it a second. Okay. See how parts of it are glowing? Those are its weak spots.
Got it.
Hey Sparky, thank you for the raid, buddy. Appreciate that. Use Z and X to scroll through a machine's components.
It's I. It's a weak spot.
Right.
Okay. Indestructible. Component is vulnerable to damage. Okay, so hit it in the eye. Alright, find an entrance to the ruins.
Okay, concentrate.
Slow time with left shift. Like Shroud out here. Easy.
Another one's coming.
Okay,
How
search
does the
burger.
focus know all that?
It reads data on the machine.
Like a hunter studying its prey?
Yeah, kind of. So
Metal
after the
shards.
fuss over me leaving, what did everyone else do?
Well, as soon as the celebration was over, my mother led the rest of the Nora home. The Sun King put his people to work rebuilding the city. And I set out to find you. You said you've had a focus since you were a child, right?
Yeah, found my first one when I fell into a ruin. Got the others from an old cache not long ago. It's good to have extras.
Muck, you gonna try any PoE League? Not really feeling it right now. So now I probably won't, I'll probably sit this one out for Necropolis. I still feel like it's a bit quiet. Let's go to audio here. Let's do that.
Into a ruin of the old ones. Goddess protect us.
Does this game have no melee? There was a spear in the first game. Do I have a spear on my back? I think I have a spear on my back. But we're still basically getting spoon-fed stuff from the tutorial.
Far Zenith? I know they made some tech trades with Zero Dawn, but why would they have a backup of Gaia?
Please register with reception for the tour.
I guess they want us to check in with them?
Ancient
Find anything
valuables
good?
box.
A few supplies.
Ancient chimes. It's car keys.
I should be able to pry this open.
I'm just using
There's
a spear
climbing
as a
gear.
crowbar.
Guess someone dropped in from above.
What is... Oh, there we go.
Whoever left this here might have also shot those machines we found earlier.
So where are they now?
I like how she's breathlessly talking while jumping and using ropes.
What's that
She is
stench?
very in shape.
Entire camp. Wiped out. They must have come here to delve for scrap.
Acid. That explains the smell. And it looks like something big came in from above.
Crashed right through the camp. And then through the wall.
So something crashed through there and then went this way.
I should take a look at the rubble in that gap. Whatever came through here brought this down as it went out. If I can dislodge some of the debris, we might be able to squeeze through. Maybe I can find something to help in the camp.
In the
Aloy,
camp.
over here. I think I got something. It's some kind of Oseram prototype, I think. This hook looks like it can latch onto things.
And this gear pulls it back.
It looks broken, but maybe we can repair it. Hook it to the debris.
And pull it out. That could work. The focus can help us search the camp and identify anything we can use to fix the tool. My focus picked up a couple of things to check out.
Poor guy. Acid burned right through his armor.
Part of a machine. Could help fix the gears.
Game in 60 FPS, but Muck's in 20 FPS. Not sure what's going on with that. Let me see. We're still in game capture, right? Yeah.